So here's an example of how some gals can be incredible actresses. Pretend they love you, act all affectionate, you think everything's great, but deep down, they resent you, they have zero attraction for you, and are sitting around, they're staying with you for the benefits, but are actively looking for your replacement. And a lot of guys have no idea. Titled, How Do I Approach My Girl of 3 years After What I Heard? And a shout out to Adam for sending me the story. And listen what this guy overhears. He says, Hi, everyone. I overheard my girlfriend talking with her friend about me, so I stopped and listened. I shouldn't have, but I did. Somebody's talking about you have a right to listen, especially if it's probably in your own apartment. The things I heard broke my heart. My girlfriend mentioned a coworker she's never mentioned to me before, saying how he's insanely attractive and how she would F him even in the work bathroom. Okay. Then she talked about getting a driver's license so she wouldn't be so dependent on me. She said that she's with me because it's convenient. She mentioned how she doesn't think that she'll be able to love just one man her whole life, and she probably can find something better. Whoa! 3 years with this chick, and this is what he's overhearing? Yeah, he had a right to listen. What'd I tell you guys? Putting on the act, staying with you because it's convenient. She then extensively talked about my icks, like how I eat, and so on. I'm so torn apart because I envision our life together with this girl. We plan a life together, where we work, live, how many kids we'll have, so on and so on. Dude, you're 23. She's 21. That's a little young to be talking about this type of crap. We've been together for almost 3 years now, and she has been so sweet. Even today, we cuddled, she climbed on top of me and embraced me. And then she turned around and said all that. I literally cannot make sense of it. On one hand, I feel like I have to break up with her now, but this life, I imagine, has been ripped away from me literally in the last 20 minutes. I still hope it's a nightmare or something. How do I approach this situation? Now, I'm about to read a comment I found that he responded to, giving more light on the issue, but holy crap, this poor young guy. This guy had no idea. Imagine he didn't hear this conversation. So she would, claiming she would immediately F the guy at work in the bathroom. That says something about her. Given the chance. She's with this guy for convenience. I mean, she doesn't think she'll be able to love just one man her whole life. This is not girlfriend material. This is why you need to really screen your girl and always, the old Ronald Reagan trust but verify. Holy crap. This poor guy. Well, what does he do in this situation? You end it with her. Because guess what? If you don't, you're going to be having a life of misery here. She's an asshole. And this isn't just her venting to her friend about something like that. Takes it to a whole new level. Sure, people vent, but not like this. This is saying some pretty nasty stuff here. Knows her friend isn't standing up for him in any way. But I get he's heartbroken here, but clearly the girl that he thought he knew, that's not her. And that happens to a lot of men. So this guy needs to figure out his plan of action and end it with her and move on. But, 3 years, you're in love with someone, it ain't easy just to switch off. And of course, he'll get the waterworks and everything. Now, he confronts her. Now listen to this whole thing, and this is not going to surprise many of you. He says, so we had a very long talk. She admitted to saying all of it. Didn't try to deny. Well, that's a shocker. I'll give her that. After talking, I understood that I wasn't the perfect boyfriend as well. Here we go. Gaslighting. She's manipulating him. We have our problems, a lot of them. She said she's never cheated on me, but thought about it. Uh-huh. I believe her, and I thought about it as well. She would never do it, but she can't control what she thinks. Smack! After what you heard, I wouldn't believe in a friggin' thing she says. She says she feels lonely because I work a lot and never plan dates, etc. We didn't break up. She wants to talk to her mom and friends and then decide. No. Don't let her handle this situation. You decide. And by the way, she says he works a lot and never plans dates. Now, let me say this. What happens when people are in a relationship for a while, they tend to get complacent. Okay? And guys, you gotta date your girl. If she starts to feel, keyword feel, that you don't care anymore by not planning dates and showing through your actions you care, that's going to start getting them to justify their actions. So no matter how busy you are, take your girl out at least once a week and plan something different, surprise her, all that. You guys know that. But the whole work thing works too much. Well, guess what? If he wasn't working enough, then she'd probably be pissed off because he wasn't bringing in the money. And guess what? Men are purpose-driven, real men. And so, of course, he's working a lot towards his goals. But that doesn't justify her actions. and what she's thinking and feeling and saying to her girlfriend go beyond this shit. If we stay together, we plan on going to couples therapy because we have deep-seated issues we cannot work out on our own. These issues have come up time and time again, but we all have ever done is talk about them, make up or forget. No wonder they eventually came up so violently. She also agreed that she is a narcissist and will seek therapy even if we break up. We still do love each other. I'll update when we decide and how to move forward. Smack! No, you decide. And notice that she admits that she's a narcissist. You can't be with someone like that. Your life's going to be a living hell. She's been fooling you most of the time. Don't put the ball in her court. You take control. The problem is this guy, he's more into the relationship, obviously, than she is. And when that happens, guess who has the power? Her. And you don't want someone like this having the power. I like this. She's going to go home and talk to her family, her mom and her sister or friends, and then come up with a decision here. I'd be like, well, you're going to make a decision right now. And you got to count of 3. But in this situation, no, he's making the decision. But guys like this that get so wrapped up and in love with these girls, not really knowing the full picture, who they are, they tend to have to really go through a lot of suffering to see reality kick them to the curb. But I'm going to be looking for updates here. But right there you go, guys. It's unbelievable how much of an actress some can be. They're all capable of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they all do it, but all are capable. It's truly amazing. Now some comments here. And the first one I'm going to read. This is from a woman justifying this. Listen to this bullshit here. She says, OMG, talk to her. This is a woman, literally vent everything about my husband to my best friend. There are plenty of annoying little things he does that drive me insane, but that I know are not big enough to ever leave him for. I just need to vent it out so I don't blow up my marriage in a stupid fight that I didn't even mean. If anyone ever heard me vent, they probably would think I no longer love him or would cheat on him and leave him. Venting is one thing. He overheard her say she'd love to F that guy in the bathroom. Or she'll never be able to love one guy her whole life. Or she's with him because it's convenient. That's not just venting about, he forgot to fucking put the toilet seat down or something, or take out the trash last week or the recycling. No. She also said, I never would cheat on him. He's my rock, my world, my life, my other half, my everything and everything. I love him more than anything. I also talked about hot customers. Sometimes a conversation with a best friend is just a release valve and doesn't mean anything. You need to talk to her before you go send in a grenade. No, and this is a different situation, but what I find funny is the woman here is defending the other girl's actions because probably she's been up to no good. Another one. Guy says, you know what you need to do. She allowed herself to speak freely about how she thought and felt about you and where you were to her. Do not let her attempt to gaslight you or manipulate the situation. You have to do what the only option you have, break up with her. Tell her flat out that you overheard her speaking to this friend, how the words she spoke turned your insides, broke your heart and mind. How she was able to admit to wanting to have sex with a coworker where you could hear is one thing, but the degree of the rest, she said, only adds to it. Willing to have sex with him in the bathroom at work. How she has icks over you. Her excuses of only being with you since you're convenient, as well as thinking she can do better. Then tell her to go see if she can find better. Because you know you're worth more than her since she revealed to you who she really is. And despite all the dreams and plans you both seem to share and make for your fortune, she tossed them all away. Not only by saying what she did for you to hear, but to actually feel that way and never attempt to talk to you about these issues, to work on them as a couple if you could. Yep. I'll say this, she at least owned up to what she said. I'll give her that. And the fact that she admits she's a narcissist, duh, you can't be with someone like that. The problem is this guy's young. He's 23 and obviously inexperienced. And even though she's younger in that area, she has a lot more experience. This guy's going to have a life of suffering with him. He doesn't end with her. But because he's more invested in a relationship than her, all it's going to take is waterworks and other shit, and there you go. So I hope he kicks her to the curb, but I think if we have an update, it'll be because he ended it with her. But if there is no update, it's because he stayed with her and he didn't want to hear people give him shit, guaranteed. But gentlemen, we can learn from this how they can be actresses, and if you find out this information, end it. Because remember, a lot of gals will be with guys purely for the benefit. You know, a lot of gals will marry men they're not in love with at all because they're getting to their late 20s, biological clock's ticking, they want that wedding, not the marriage, the wedding. And meanwhile, they think, okay, it doesn't work out. Hey, I'll make it like a bandit in the divorce. I can go have fun with Chad and Tyrone on the side. That's the mentality many have. Old values and good qualities like loyalty, that's out the door in many a case. So good luck to this young guy here, but gentlemen, learn from him so that it doesn't happen to you.